Alright, here we go. Our restand. If we see a heal as well, that not in our hand, not in our hand. If we see a heal as well, you know, that make me feel comfortable. You know, we have like 4 heals in our deck just now. There we go. All 4 were stacked together. Sounds good. And that's game. Wow. Okay. Well, they still have. Okay, I'm just gonna. Hey yo, how's it going, everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today is day 2 of the new month, and so it means new deck profiles, and I can't be more excited to start off with one of my favorite clans, Shadow Paladin, and one of my favorite archetypes, Revengers. So with set 19, we have some new Revenger support, Legion support, with the new keyword Abyss. And honestly, it really isn't that big of a difference. We're still playing the Revenger core. It's kind of like Bluish Flames, where it's like an extra name slapped on top of Liberators, but it's even less xenophobic for Shadows. So this deck, if you want to follow tournament results for JP, even down in set 21, it did top and got first place. So of course my list is somewhat different. This is from what I've been playing with, what's been working for me. Again, it's only like less than the first week of the season, so bear in mind I may change up some things down the line, but for now this is good, and I want to show you what I got. So I think so far we've got a nice win streak going on. Let me show the list, and then we can talk about, we can demonstrate the list in a few games, hopefully. So starting us off, we are still going to be playing the Judged by Revenger. It's amazing whenever I boost a Phantom and hits. Caramas 1, put this into Soul to call 2 grade 1s or less from your deck as rest. What this means is you can proc stuff like Swordbreaker that says when placed from decks, you know, Soul Blast 1, draw 1 card. You can also consistently get out your grade 1s, such as Doreen to help you countercharge, or Trumpeter to actually help you plus, or other stuff for consistency. And what this means is that you can actually sacrifice that necessity to play 3 or 4 ofs, and you can actually splash in 1 or 2 ofs, and then Judge Bell helps you search for them. You will also play other grade 1s, grade 2s, grade 3s that help you search out your pieces, and that's one of the most amazing things about Shadow Paladin. It's that it's actually the most Paladin-esque, in my opinion, where you can actually splash so many different 1-ofs, and you can still consistently pick them up and play them out and optimize your play. So that's really amazing. That's why I love it. As we mentioned, 2 Swordbreakers, it's just great. Still plus 1, draw 1 card. It doesn't have the Revenger name, and that does make some plays challenging. But you know, some of your Vanguards don't actually need a Revenger name, and if it's your first ride target, so be it. But if you're superior, call it from your deck, from Judge Battle, for example, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and then, you know, the card that you draw into is likely a Revenger, so you do need that Revenger name to eat. Well, just replace it and you're good to go. Next, we play 1 Shadowlancer. Your consistency helps you discard a grade 3 to add your break ride. Especially if you're going first, you do want to be in your break ride. If you're going second, maybe less so. But generally speaking, your winning image is your break ride into a Legion, and then go for game. Break ride lets you search for any grade 2, I believe. Give it extra 5k. You know, you can search for your mains, you can search for your retires. It's amazing. So Mortar Phantom's still really good. Discarding the grade 3, and you know, doesn't really hurt as much because you can always Legion it back. And it's nice. One of, you know, you can see it, you don't need to see it, but there's so many ways to tutor it out. It's good. We play 4 Doreen. I think this is enough said. Helps you countercharge. Counterblast can be a small issue in the deck, but the countercharge definitely helps. Helps you get more retires in, helps you get more restands in, helps you get more draws in. Everything, it's just too good, too good. 4 PGs, Revenger PG, and we play 2 Trumpeter. Trumpeter doesn't actually require a Revenger name, but on place Caramas 1, call 5k grade 0, you know, trigger. It's a token, no trigger icon on it. From outside your deck as rest. Gives you an extra body, helps you get another booster if it's early game. Nice. For the grade 2s, we're playing 4 Blasted Orc Revenger. Caramas 2 retire, you know, works with Doreen. Note that the new Abyss doesn't work with Doreen because it requires quote-unquote the whole name Blasted Orc Revenger, not any card with the name Blasted Orc Revenger, so no black please. Rear guards are going in place if your Vanguard is a Revenger. Caramas 1 to retire one of your opponent's grade 1 rear guards, so it doesn't require starters, it doesn't require grade 2 or above, it requires grade 1s. Caramas 1 is cheap, it's nice. Sometimes you want to snipe out some important pieces like their opponent's Doreen, and Abyss is your way to go. We play 2 Mascards. You know, this card says when Legion, call a grade 1 or less Revenger from your deck as rest. Again, helps you tutor out whichever grade 1 you want, except Swordbreaker, I guess. but it's free +1. I can't say no to that, and you can start doing more stuff with it or just eat it. We play 2 manas, which says on place call a grade 1 or less Revenger from your deck to another rearguard column in the same rearguard circle in the same column. So on your turn 2, especially if you need your Shadow Lancer, you call it your Shadow Lancer. If you need your Trumpeter, you call it your Trumpeter. Else, well, you guarantee a 14k column, hits over numbers, it's nice and dandy. And we play 2 in the mains. On place, Camel's 1, discard 1, draw 2 cards. So it is not a Revenger as well, but being able to draw cards is just really nice. You can still Superior Call this on your Break Ride, and discarding stuff, destroying triggers, and then cycling them back sounds good. Drawing to PGs sound great. So very important. For the grade 3s, we're playing 4 Break Rides as draw, as it is one of our main first ride targets. We're playing 4 Phantom Blaster Abbeys, which is our main boss unit. Legions with Revenger Abbeys, Blaster Dark Revenger Abbeys. Once per turn, at the end of the battle, this unit attack the Vanguard. During the turn, you Legion. Camel's 1, retire 3 Revenger Rearguards to stand and draw 2. So this is very similar to Raging Form Dragon. The difference is you don't need to Persona. And the difference is that it has to be the Legion turn. It does cost 1 Counterblast. But you can stack triggers on this, unlike Raging Form. And also, it starts off as a Legion, so it starts off with 20k base, and when attacking Vanguard, it gets +2. So it's a 22k base when attacking as a Vanguard, and it's quite nice. It's quite nice. We play 4 Cormac, which is our backup grade 3. It Legions with Mascart, the one that helps you Superior Color grade 1 as rest. When attack Caramel's 1, retire Rearguard to get +1 crit. Note that it doesn't require Revenger name on retire, so you can actually retire the Dead Swordbreakers to make space for Revenger units for maybe a re-ride into the Dragon for a restand play. And if you have another unit in the same column, it gets +3, so it's a 23k column when you're in Legion, so that's nice. And lastly, we play 1 Revenger Drag Ruler Phantom. It's still very solid. If you break ride this, it's a 13k. It can actually help you push. And yeah, I think it's still a really solid card. I see some lists playing Raging Form. I'd rather not. Dragon Ruler Phantom works well by itself. I don't need to purposely sack 3 just to actually get the Raging Form skill. Dragon Ruler, inherently just does the thing by itself. It's a -2 to retire. Like, it's a retire 2, while Raging Form, if you play it as a 1-off, you need to essentially retire 3 during your turn, and it's a bit too expensive for my own taste. So this is basically my list. You will know that, well, I love consistency. If you followed me, I love consistency. I love my 4-ofs, I love my 3-ofs. But Shadow Paladin is one of the decks that I'm okay with playing 1-ofs or 2-ofs or 3-ofs. I think, when I look at the list, I'm like, I can't stand this. I can't look at it. But when you play it, and you're like, you Judge Bow says yes. Your Sword Breakers, your Shadow Lancers, everything is nice. Everything works out well. And the main draws into your pieces, mana, everything actually works out so well that if you're not a believer, you can choose to not believe me. You can choose to not believe the tier list, but believe your own play. And check out how other people are performing on ladder with this deck as well, because personally, I know I'm super biased. You can kind of check out everything, but I love this deck, and I think it's definitely one of the best decks in the format. And if you want to climb ladder efficiently, then this is the deck for you. It's really, honestly, pretty simple. It's very consistent, and definitely my go-to for now. So I guess with that all said and done, let's flex our Springfest sleeve and go into a game. So 14 win streak. For now, of course, not all of them is from... Actually, all of them is from this month. Yeah, all of them is from this month. Because I remember I lost my first game of this set. I got beat up by a Revenger player myself when I was playing Seekers. So, there you go. Let's, I mean, honestly, for the mulligan, any grade 1 is fine. Ideally, you want to keep your Sword Breakers in your deck. Your grade 2, I think anything is fine. Maybe riding an Abyss would be nice. And then grade 3s, definitely break ride if you're going first, and if you're going second, maybe Cormac is the solid first ride, first Legion, and whatnot. So here I might actually ride the Shadow Lancer, and I think the Doreen's for the counter charge is nice because next turn I could be using Namain to actually draw. And hopefully we see into grade 3. One of the benefits of this list compared to the old lists for Shadow is that the Judge by Revenger does require a Phantom name. There we go, we got the Mordred Phantom. And back then we didn't actually have that many Phantom grade 3s, unless you want to play old stuff like Phantom Blaster Dragon. But now we have, you know, we have Revenger Phantom Blaster Abyss. So that ups the likelihood of proccing Judge Bow on your first ride, and it's quite nice. I like it. So let's ride the Blaster Dark Revenger, our classic. Oh man, good looking boy. Should we discard? I mean, we can. Yeah, let's discard the Cormac. See what we draw into. Alright, PG's nice. Swing Vanguard. No trigger? Let's hope they don't get a trigger. If they don't, that's a 2 damage then. One of the things about Brawlers, without the help of their starter, or randomness, RNG with a Shotgun Blow, they can't actually target back row. So stuff like Judge Bow, stuff like Doreen's, less stressed to you know, save in my hand and play it out. Some matchups you want to be careful because you don't have as much ability to tutor out. Actually, no, you have Judge Bow, right? So, but yeah, generally try to use your Judge Bow early. I think in this matchup, you know, using your Judge Bow early just means that you have more filler to soak up the Shotgun Blow, and works out fine. So know your matchups always, and it'll work out. It'll work out fine. So here, actually, I'm okay with calling this out here. I want to make sure the Mordred, the Vanguard hits, and I don't have much counterblast to use. Even if I call it the Blaster Dark, you know, I want to save it for the retire skill. So let's save that for later. We can just use the Judge Bow to actually call up the 2 Swordbreakers for the 2 draw. And I'm calling the Grade 3 Mordred Phantom on the left column because that way I can still save space for the Doreen's for our Blaster Dark play next turn. It also makes sure that I'm protecting my Doreen's from a Big Bang attack, followed alongside the starter, which could snipe the back row because the Doreen's is quite valuable. So Shotgun Blow, unfortunately, it is RNG if they do choose to Legion, but they don't have the cost for the drop zone. They didn't really set up the filter early, so that's nice for us. It means that we have, I mean, we did have some comfy space with the 2 Swordbreakers, but a Doreen could have been in danger, but it's okay. I mean, they checked the heal. It's a 4-2. It doesn't look that good for us, but you know, we're still in the game. We have the break ride. It's cool. It's cool. So we can drag Ruler. The question is, do we drag Ruler? And honestly, I don't think so. I think it's a bit too early. What we can do is we can consider Blaster Darking, retiring, go 3 hits to the face. But that does rely our opponent to not see a trigger and us to see something. It's a bit risky. I think it's okay. I think it's fine. Actually, maybe we'll just get the counter charge. Let's save it. Let's play a little safer. Alright, let's see here. Draw trigger is nice. Alright, next turn we can break right into the Phantom Abyss. Draw trigger. Get that counter charge in because the Doreen might go. But I guess it's not a problem. I mean, it is a problem that they can just use the starter. I mean, they can wipe out our board. We don't mind. It's fine. It's fine. It's also nice that the Naoki actually has the rad animations. I can't say for all the characters. Some characters are more equal than others, I guess. You know, Asia Circuit Ren has voice lines and stuff for Liberators for some reason, but I can't say the same for some other clans. They are working on it though. You know, some characters like the Murakumo Reverse did get their ride animation somewhat recently, like a month or two, but after its initial release, so not a lot of people know about it. But they are adding some here and there, but it's definitely a work in progress. So here they're just gonna get another heal. All right, sure, and wipe out our board. Cool. I mean, not cool. I mean, we have the PGs. We have 3 PGs, but we do need to kind of try to take the W next turn, or else it might be a bit too harsh. So next turn we can... What can we do? What can we do? Let's see. What's our break red target? Let me think. Okay, we do have the main. Yeah, we do need to win next turn. Or else they can just big bang and win the game off that. So what can we do? So maybe is the drag ruler the better play? Can we? Is there stuff that we can legion? I guess there is stuff that we can legion back. What am I superior calling? That's the question. So let me break ride. Good boy, our good boy. All right, maybe the Cormac is nice. The mana is also kind of nice. Let's get the mana out, because the mana can get the Dorint, but I guess we can't use the Dorint for this turn anymore. Anyways. All right, I'm gonna use the main. I do need to make sure I have 3 Revenger names to retire. So let's Legion. Triggers are good. Cormac triggers. Let's just swing before it's too late. And hopefully this goes for game. If they have a PG or a 6 damage heal, then it's not gonna go well for us. But yeah, the 2 heals on our opponent's end was too big of a swing. All right, here we go. Our restand. If we see a heal as well, that not in our hand, not in our hand. If we see a heal as well, you know, that make me feel comfortable. You know, we have like 4 heals in our deck just now. There we go. All 4 were stacked together. Sounds good. And that's game. Wow. Okay. Well, they still have. Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna like just keep quiet. You know, sometimes I just jinx myself. I'm like, well, they do have 2 heals, and then they heal, as you've seen in some of the videos. But worked out. I'm just gonna keep quiet. You guys know the deal. All right, let's go. Legend 5. Legend 5. 15 win streak. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's go for another game. Let's go for another game. Let's see. Maybe we can get another matchup in. Definitely know that Narukami is very popular, especially since we have the Hindsight with set 21, where it's the Narukami Big Bang meta. So I know a lot of people are in it. We have Gold Paladin. Beatrice, are you repping Lee Zero? Let's see if this is the updated Bluish Flame Liberators. I think this is pretty good. Of course, you know, PGs are nice, but this is a solid hand. You know, we can snipe out stuff like their counter charger. We can snipe out their counter charger is the primary one with the Blaster Arc Provincial Abbeys, and then we can also snipe out other stuff with the Blaster Arc. We're gonna ride the Dorint. Starter, generally behind the Vanguard, because, you know, if you want a Phantom name, those are mainly grade 3s, and, you know, less often do you want grade 3s on your rearguard circle than on your Vanguard circle, right? In some scenarios, when you want to play the aggression and you maybe play, you know, some other units that scales up in the rearguard column, maybe, but I don't do that often myself. All right, I think we can ride the Blaster Arc. Maybe the Abyss would have been the better ride, but it depends on the scenario. They can always snipe the Dorint, so I'm not that comfortable keeping the normal Blaster Arc, simply because I know I can counter charge. In some matchups, I definitely know it's a guarantee, but in this matchup, it's not. and the Abbe's just guarantees that I can just snipe something out, and it also guarantees that I can cycle it back as a mate if I need it to. So yeah, maybe running the Abbe's would have been the better play. Let me know what you think. But here I think it's pretty comfortable. We're just gonna ride our icons, and then he's gonna use his skill, and then I'm gonna ride my icon, and I'm gonna use my skill, and the same back and forth, So here in this matchup, maybe I do want to go for the Cormac break ride play instead. The reason being is our opponent could be playing a lot of Garmors, which means that our multi-attack turn could be inhibited because we can't retire front row if they ride a Garmor. And in that case, sometimes Rigard to Rigard, Vanguard holding your opponent at 4 damage is more valuable. But we'll see, depending on what our opponent's doing. Sometimes I just like to call up grade 3 in the front row. But since it is our only grade 3 option right now and we are already at 2 damage, maybe holding it in our hand is a smart idea. And I will call this out. Vanguard hits 19k numbers, 11 plus 5 plus 3. So even if our opponent hits the trigger, we still pass, and we hit the trigger, which is good. I like the heal triggers. I like the draw triggers. I love the triggers. We're gonna use a Judge Bow. We're gonna draw 2. And since we're such a low damage count and not a lot of cards in hand, I don't mind building up that, vanilla 12k column sometimes. Having the 6k behind the Vanguard, it's nice. Alright, be quiet. It's nice, but when you're on Vanguards like Mordred Phantom, you get +3 on boost, which makes a 20k column. So when your opponent's on their grade 3 11k, it doesn't really hit magic numbers. And so Swordbreaker is weak in situations like that. In your rear guard columns, it does block out your Doreen plays. So overall, Swordbreaker is a bit clunky, but you gotta figure out how to play it out. If you're so much ahead in damage, maybe just building up a 12k column is fine. And if your opponent has no options, they'll swing into it. If not, then just leave it, and it can be Cormac food, So definitely more flexible when you have Vanguards that don't need to eat Revengers, like Cormac. Cormac's a cool dude. Zoran helps you get your consistency up a notch, helps you put it back into the soul to check top 3, I believe, but chooses not to use it. Okay. Personally, I would have used it because the booster isn't that relevant, but if they want to scale up and deal 3 damage this turn, then maybe it's necessary. And I guess it is. It is the case. 12, 16, 20, 23. Draw trigger. I love these triggers. We get the Phantom Abbe's as well. So yep, recycling the Trumpeter. They hit their trigger. Hitting a heal trigger would trigger them. Definitely. Okay, no, wait, we're fine. All right, Mordred into Mordred is fine. Let me think about the play. I think the Cormac play is pretty good. Phantom Abbe's can seal off the game if our opponent's at 5. So let's break ride into Cormac. Unfortunately, no ride animation. I don't think it even showed up in the show. Let's call it in the main. It means cool. So again, Gormor, you gotta know your matchups, and this is when knowing what you're doing is only level 1. You need to know what your opponent's doing as well, and know how you can play around that. Alright, so here, what can we do here? I think calling this out is fine. We're not gonna retire anything. It's cool, it's dandy, it's fine, dandy. The mana can just call out whatever I want. So I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, I think we're good. 2 for 6. Yep. Let's just Legion. Return those triggers. And the mate. Do we have a mate? Yeah, we do. Let's put the Blaster Blade. No, Blaster Dark. Mumbo Jumbo. Alright, so this way we'll get rid of this, and 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 5 draw triggers. Maybe is it worth calling it out? It's a bit risky. I mean, I have 2 left. I can mana. Actually, I'll just call this out. just to not overdraw. I'd rather draw into the other unit than the Trumpeter in this case. Yep, let's kill the Swordbreaker. Make some space for Revengers. Play efficiently. Heal trigger. No heal trigger. No tilt. No tilt. All right, pushing to 5. And one of the good things is that golds don't have guard restrict. You know, that's nice. I mean, it's one less thing to worry about. They'll get it down the line, I guess, in set 21, but it's not that big of a deal. But what can our opponent do here? They can definitely go, you know, Legion. They can definitely Zenith and try for a multi-attack play. But Garmor is definitely the safe one. But luckily, we do have the Phantom Blaster Abyss to kind of play around it and still, you know, deal or ping out 2 PGs or call for lethal, which is quite nice. So Blaster Blade, this way they can snipe something in the front row, which means 1 extra slap to the face, which is unfortunate. So in the main, we did a lot of Swordbreaker stuff, but we didn't draw into all our PGs. You know, 1 PG is a bit in the dangerous kind of side of things, but luckily we did get a few heals here and there to compensate for this match, and those definitely did help. So here they're just gonna push. Attack with Vanguard first, so you know, just in case I do hit a trigger, they can always Garmor something back and hit the 23 numbers. So let's hope they don't see anything. They don't see anything. Alright, so next turn, we used up our last PG in our hand. If we don't draw into one, we're in a bit of a dangerous spot. Drag Ruler, not really valuable right now. I think I'm just gonna go for Abyss. Here we go. So here we can't retire front row, which is a shame, because if we did, then maybe we could have went for an extra kind of call for lethal, but I guess not, and it's definitely fine. It's totally fine. But what can we do here? What can we cycle back? We have a PG. I am considering calling out the Drag Ruler. Deck Thin good. And Legion, we can PG this, the mate and the mate, I guess. The main. Alright, I guess this. Doesn't really matter at this point, honestly. We're just gonna try to call for lethal and hope it works. Hope it works. Oh, we got nothing to retire. So here, Vanguard to Vanguard, and then we have 2 shots to the face. So let's call for lethal. Draw trigger. Vanguard doesn't need to reride, so we actually keep the triggers. Oh, we drew into the PG. That's nice. They have a PG. Let's see if they have another one. Alright, you know, we do have a couple heals in our deck. We have 3. So we didn't draw into them like last game, but can we check into them like last game? Okay, we drew into one, but can we check into them like last game? Yes, we can, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. 2 PGs, but it's okay. You know, we burned out 2 PGs. We drew into our PG. We checked the heal. We're in a comfortable spot. We're in a pretty comfortable spot, honestly. Zenith, they're going for game. I'm going to try to push for game. They only have 1 open Caramel, so even if they call out a Blaster Blade, there you go. They if they choose to retire, then they can't use the Zenith skill. They won't have the Counter Blast for it. And with that low hand size, they can't just call out Blaster Blade and Blaster Blade for the 1 counter charge. So there we go. Balin's a bit risky, but they do need to pave the way to attack the Vanguard. That heal and that PG made sure that we were completely safe this turn. Honestly, I think at this point it's just you know, maybe consider legioning back, getting that extra crit to play around the 6 damage heal, and that's something that we can definitely afford. I can definitely afford right now. So PG again, really nice. When you only have 5 cards left in your deck, maybe it's smart to legion back non-triggers so you don't deck out. Sometimes I consider that. Get the counter charge. It's nice. We're just gonna legion. Do we have the mate in the deck? We don't, so we need the mate. I like heals, and another legion. Another legion is fine, and Blaster Dark is cool, I guess. Maybe we'll just take these two. We'll just take these two. We just make sure, you know, they only have one card in hand. At most 1 PG. We can make it. You know, we can push. We were asking for 3 heals. We're asking for 3 heals this turn. And the question is, do they have 3 heals? Do they have the PGs and the heals to make it work? That's the question. So I'm gonna call this out to eat. They only have 1 PG left, so let's see. So that's it. If they heal here, then my Vanguard swings for 2 crit, and we're asking for 2 more heals back to back. And it's really solid. So this deck, as you can see, it's incredibly consistent. Everything works so well with each other. You have so many different plays you can do. You have a lot of superior calling, you have a lot of drawing, and retiring, multi-attacking, crit pressure. It's you know, the whole trade. It's everything you want in a deck, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy the list. I hope you enjoy the tricks that I've shared. Didn't really get to showcase regular, but you know, definitely you can try out different 13th slots. It's not that big of a deal, but I do like it because it has a phantom name, and sometimes when your opponent's at 4, it can be a cheap way to kind of push for game on your break ride turn. So that is basically it for me for today. I hope you're enjoying the new set. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you did like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. More than 50% of you who are watching these videos are now subscribed. So I hope you help us out. We're over 90% towards our goal of 2K subs, so we're almost there, and your 1 subscription means a lot. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what deck profile you want to see next. Of course, you know that I'm a bit limited as a free-to-play player, but I'll see what I can do. So until next time, bye.